Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Wednesday, October 8, 2025. And in the news this afternoon, Principal of Rosemount Primary grateful for support following death of 4-year-old student. Principal of Rosemount Primary and Infant School, Malika Sinclair Bailey, has expressed their gratitude for the support the school community has been receiving since the tragic death of a 4-year-old student of the institution on Sunday in a shooting incident in Commodore Linstead, St. Catherine.
I am Malika Sinclair Bailey, the principal of Rosemount Primary and Infant School. We want to thank all the stakeholders who would have come to our school to support us during this grieving time. We especially want to thank the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Ministry of Education, and all community personnel who are on site this morning to see to it that our children are well adjusted. Our children are buoyant this morning. Some are crying. However, they are comforted by all our visitors. And we pray that as a community, we can rally together for the betterment of our children. Thank you so very much to all the persons who continue to pray for our school, who continue to support our school, and together we can make Jamaica a safer place for our children. Thank you. Specifically her classmates, they were crying, but they are much more focused now as they get the continued support. Thank you so very much. The senior students especially realize what has transpired, and they are being encouraged and supported at this time. Thank you.
Reports are that armed men posing as police attacked a family yard on Sunday in the Commodore community, leaving 9 people shot, 5 of them fatally, including a 4-year-old child. The incident reportedly unfolded at approximately 8:45 p.m. on Sunday, when several men, some reportedly wearing police-style vests, descended on the premises along Commodore Main Road. According to police reports, the attackers rushed into the yard and opened a fire on the occupants. Chang defends the police amid affairs of extrajudicial killings. National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang has dismissed the claims that most Jamaicans are concerned about the surge in police fatal shootings. According to the National Security Minister, most Jamaicans are in support of the police in their quest to dismantle criminal gangs and to arrest the crime and violence. Some 233 fatal police shootings have been recorded since the start of the year. Dr. Chang rubbished the claims that the police have been engaging in extrajudicial killings.
I have no reason to believe that the mistakes are made, but the police have been professional in their operation, and the men who have been killed by the police in combat have been killed in combat. The counterpoint that is that we have 361 less Jamaicans who have died from criminal action. So that is the balancing out there. Watching we have provided the police with the required tools, legislatively and physically and numbers-wise, and training to find and apprehend criminals of this sort. It's still not the stuff. It is the same old way where police was guessing what they're doing and tracking around trying to find somebody, and if they meet on one, then they may in fact just take revenge, so to speak. Those days are done. We have trained the police, provided numbers, provided tools, and they have the intelligence. They've been tracking the individuals. If individuals take on the police, I expect the police to be victorious. I expect anybody shoots at the police will get shot and be killed.
More than $900 million in drugs seized due to Crime Stopper tips. While crime fighters continue to record historic gains in reducing major crimes, the Jamaica Constabulary Force's main tip line, Crime Stopper 311, has now led to more than $900 million in drug seizures and thousands of arrests locally. This, officials say, has proved that anonymous tips are still one of the sharpest weapons against the criminal networks. From silent calls to big wins, Crime Stop tips are paying off, with nearly $90 million paid out in rewards, as well as thousands of arrests so far. Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, State Minister in the Ministry of National Security and Peace says the Crime Stop has been paying dividends.
Crime Stop has also enabled the arrest of more than 3,000 perpetrators and paid out 87.5 million in rewards without compromising a single source of information. In 2025 alone, the momentum has continued. Between January and August, Crime Stop received more than 600 tips, recorded a success rate of 1 in every 6 first calls. Compared to the same period in 2024, success have increased by 24%. Over the past 36 years, Crime Stop has received more than 33,700 tips. They've facilitated and the seizure of over 909 million worth of narcotics, recovered more than 340 million in stolen property, removed over 1,000 illegal firearms and nearly 58,000 rounds of ammunition from our streets.
In the latest crime fighting effort, a $2 million reward was announced for anyone with information, leading to arrest in the Commodore shooting, in which 5 people were killed and 4 others wounded. Those with information may contact a Crime Stop at 311, the Lane State Police Station at 876-515-2689, National Intelligence Bureau tip line at 811, or the police emergency at 119. Prime Minister hits out against the critics of government's crime-fighting strategy. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has leveled the criticism against the critics of the government's crime-fighting strategy, insisting that they have been ignoring the devastation caused to families who have lost their loved ones to criminals. Speaking Monday during a tour of Commodore in Linstead, where 5 people, including a 4-year-old girl, were fatally shot, Holness argued that there are persons who are quick to criticize the government over its strategy, but ignore the pain of the families of victims of crime.
Gangsters are still in the midst of our society. And the only thing that protects us from them is our security forces that defend the law. And I say that very importantly. It is in the defense of the law that our security forces have the credibility in the minds of the public to pursue the strategy. So this incident in which arbitrary attack was unleashed on innocent citizens. Now, the conversation in the public domain as well about our crime fighting strategy sometimes forgets the victims. And so my presence here as well is to highlight that we must also focus on the victims. The society must place great importance on the victims of crime, in as much as sometimes we pay to the perpetrators of crime. The victims of crime deserve justice for Jamaicans too. And the society, in how we speak, the narratives that we create around our situation, I think it is only fair that in the balance, the favor is towards the victim.
Children and teenagers among 6 shot in Central Kingston drive-by. 6 people, including 2 9-year-old children and 2 teenagers, were shot and injured in a drive-by shooting in Central Kingston on Tuesday night. According to police reports, the incident occurred at the intersection of Texter Lane and Charles Street. A group of people were in the area when armed assailants reportedly drove up in a vehicle and opened a fire, hitting 6 individuals. The gunmen quickly fled the scene after the attack. At this time, no fatalities have been reported. Head of the Kingston Central Police Division, Burris Ford Williams, says officers are monitoring the area.
The brief we have is that sometime about 8:50 this evening, a car drove up a long text lane. Men from that car opened fire, and a group of persons were standing and sitting in the space, then drove off. After the shooting, it was discovered that 6 persons were shot, to include 2 teenagers, 2 children, 9 years old, and 2 adults. As at now, we have no reported death, It is early days in the investigation, but for now, we are taking a preemptive approach to secure the place to prevent any reprisal.
Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.